Hi, grade 6. I am doing this video today as a quick introduction to surface area. So we all know what volume is now. We've been working on volume these days, and we know that what it is trying to figure out what can fit inside or how much stuff is inside a 3D figure. So today we're going to start learning about surface area, and what surface area is trying to figure out how much area is covering a 3D figure. So, if you take a look at this triangular prism here, what we're going to want to figure out is what is the area of each of these faces, and then add them all up. And that's going to help us to find the surface area once we find out the area of all of the faces and add them up. So with any 3D solid, with a rectangular prism, a triangular prism, a pentagonal prism, an octagonal prism, doesn't matter what kind of prism or 3D solid, in order to find the surface area, you just find the area of all the faces and then you add them up. So right now we're going to find the surface area for this triangular prism. So, what is the surface area? The surface area is the sum of areas of each face of a 3D solid. Okay, so right now what we know is that a triangular prism has 5 faces. So there's 2 of these triangles, plus there's 3 of these rectangles. This is an equilateral triangle, so all 3 of the rectangles are the same, 1, 2, and 3, and these 2 triangles are the same. And you can see here with the net right over here that there's 2 triangles and 3 rectangles, and the 3 rectangles are the same, and the 2 triangles are the same. Just like that. So let's go back here. A triangular prism has 5 faces. We have to figure out the area of each of the faces and add them up. So, let's look first at the area of a triangle. So can everybody remember how to find the area of a triangle? Okay, hopefully you got it. The area of a triangle is base times height, and then we divide it by 2. So for this triangle, on the 3D solid that we are looking at in this triangular prism, okay, the dimensions of the triangle are, the base is 4 centimeters and the height is 4.5 centimeters, and we're going to divide that by 2. So can everybody work that out in your head? Okay, so 4 times 4.5 is 18, centimeters times centimeters, centimeters squared, and then we have to divide that by 2. Whoops, what happened to that? Let me pull that back up there. There we go. Divide it by 2. Great. So the answer to that is going to be, everybody, 9 centimeters squared. So that's the area of one of those triangles. Next we have to figure out the area of one of these rectangles. One of these. And we already know that the base of the triangle from here to here is 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. So we know that the length of the rectangle is going to be 4 centimeters. But what we need to know is the width here. Okay, how much is the width of that rectangle? Okay, the width, there you go, area of one rectangle, length times width. The width is 2 centimeters. So we have 4 centimeters multiplied by 2 centimeters. So 4 times 2 gives us 8. Centimeters times centimeters gives us centimeters squared. Great. So now that we have the area of one triangle and the area of one rectangle, how can we find out the total surface area? So the formula, we're going to make a formula. The formula for an equilateral triangle prism, the formula for the surface area of an equilateral triangular prism is how many of these triangles? 2 of them. And how many of the rectangles? 3 of them. So we're going to make a formula, and this is what we're going to go with here. Area of triangle multiplied by 2 plus area of rectangle multiplied by 3. So the area of the triangle is 9 centimeters squared, and then we need to multiply that by 2. Okay, and then we're going to add that to, here we go, add that to our area of one rectangle, which was 8 centimeters squared, and there were 3 of those rectangles, so multiply it by 3. Okay, so what do we have now? Can everybody work that out in your head? 9 times 2 is going to give us 18 centimeters squared, and then plus, whoops, why is that so small? There we go, plus 8 times 3, everybody, what's that going to be? 24 centimeters squared. Okay, so now all we need to do is add 18 plus 24. Well, if this was 20, we would get 44, but it's 2 less than 20. So not 44, but 42. Good. 42 cm. No. Whoopsies. Here we go. 42 cm squared. Okay, so 42 centimeters squared is what we end up with when we add up the areas of all the faces of this triangular prism. So the surface area of this triangular prism is 42 centimeters squared. All right, now I have a little challenge for you here. Whoops. Here we go. I have a right-angled triangle here. Can you see that? Now, I want you to try and figure out the surface area of this right-angled triangle. So what you'll have to do is figure out the area of these 2 triangles. 5 centimeters. This is 2 centimeters. Okay, and there's 2 of those, and then there's 3 rectangles. All 3 are slightly different. Okay, look at the width. They're all going to be 8 centimeters. Okay, and the length, or sorry, yeah, and then right here, 5.4 here and here, and this one is 5 centimeters. So there's 3 different rectangles that you're going to have to find the areas of, and so then you just add them up. The area of this triangle, the area of the triangle in behind, and the areas of these 3 rectangles. So please give that a try. Bring in your answer to class tomorrow, and we can discuss it tomorrow. So that's your little introduction to the surface area of a triangular prism, and really the surface area of any 3D solid. I hope that seems pretty simple to you now that you know all the formulas for finding the areas of these shapes, and we're going to work on it more tomorrow. So if you have any questions, I'll help you out tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, everybody.